So I'm really excited this morning. I actually was out surfing about 6 a.m. and when I was out there, I was like, I got to get home and record this now. So even though it's early here, the kids are stirring and the dog's stirring, and there might be a little bit of noise, but I wanted to get this in. I want to talk about now, I'm just wrapping up my second week of this vegan or all plant-based diet. And I want to tell you a little bit about how I'm feeling and some of the things I'm eating and just give you a little bit of motivation for the day. So overall, I'm feeling outstanding. My energy levels are through the roof. This has been, like I said, almost 2 weeks of no meat, no dairy, and feeling great. The energy level's high. I'm not sleeping a lot, maybe 3 or 4 hours. I've been getting up at 4 a.m. every day consistently, so I think that's helped my body adjust as well. Plus, in the first week, I haven't weighed myself now. I've weighed in a couple days. I lost 3 pounds by doing nothing different except for cutting out the meat and the dairy. So what are some of the things I'm eating, or what are some of the things I've substituted? So in the morning, I usually always start off with a banana and some almond butter. That hasn't changed, but now I've substituted the eggs that I used to have for oatmeal. Oatmeal with chia seeds, flaxseed, and some blueberries. And what I found is that the oatmeal really fills you up and gets you through the morning. Then throughout the day, my diet really hasn't changed because I never really ate a lot of meat. Sometimes I might have a little chicken, but my diet's pretty much the same, which is a lot of raw vegetables, carrots, bell peppers, throw in some cucumbers or zucchinis, and then I usually dip those in hummus. So the hummus isn't great because it's got a little bit of canola oil in it, but it's not homemade, so we'll have to do some homemade stuff. And then maybe a black bean burger or so. So that's where sometimes I might have a little chicken, but the black bean burger. Organic popcorn is great, which is we pop it here ourselves, and so that's really good. And then fruit like apples. And then I'll snack on some almond butter, maybe some peanut butter as well throughout the day. Now dinner, the only thing that's changed at dinner is that we just cut out the meat. So now it's still usually 2 or 3 vegetables, sweet potatoes or peas or corn, but now we have more quinoa, right? Because the quinoa provides some protein as well, and it really fills you up, so it's great. And that's really it. Nothing else has really changed with that except cutting that out, and there's a lot of options out there. The other thing we've noticed is that on our date nights, we've been on 2 since we've gone on this diet. It's not really a diet, it's just a lifestyle. We found 2 really good vegan restaurants. I mean, we're talking about places that are like, I don't want to say high class, but really good chefs there, and have, take vegan food and just do really great things with it. So that's been helpful. And then we found this bakery that is all vegan. It does have sugar, so my sugar consumption's gone up a little bit, but literally the best cookies that I've ever had there at this place. So that's been really good. Like I said, this is a 30-day challenge that we're doing, so we'll see how things go on. I just wanted to give you an update on that. The other thing I wanted to talk about is sometimes your friends or your family may not truly understand when you do something different, whether it's doing something like this or just as we're musicians here, being a musician, sometimes families don't even look upon that. So, I just want you to know that, that's going to be something that you're going to have to deal with. And you're just going to have to be strong in your convictions. And, if you feel like doing it, then you got to stick with it. And if people question you or asking you about it, just talk to them about it, right? They may be curious, like, why are you, like some of the questions I got, why are you, doing this? Or, I can understand cutting out or cutting down meat, but dairy, or is this something you're going to do forever? These are legitimate questions. People that love you and care for you and want to know about it. So you just got to talk to them, and you got to do it for yourself, though, right? We're doing it for how I feel, and you can't be overly concerned with how others feel. And the other thing I wanted to mention was 30 days, right? So this is a 30-day challenge for me. So just like when we did the sugar detox a few months ago, right? It was 30 days and then see how you feel and adjust your diet. Well, it wasn't necessarily you were going to cut sugar out of our diet forever. Just like, am I going to cut meat and dairy out forever? Well, I don't know. That's not the plan. The plan is that I'm taking it one day at a time, one moment at a time. But if you can't get through 30 days of stopping something, then you need to, consider what your discipline is, right? Because whether it's not drinking for 30 days or smoking or, eating sugar or eating meat or whatever it is, exercising every day, like you got to have the discipline to do it for 30 days and then see what happens, see how you feel. Maybe you'll feel so good you'll never want to change whatever you're doing. Or maybe you'll realize, maybe I need to, bring a little bit of this back into my life. But, 30 days, you got to have the discipline to make it through 30 days. And there's something that I just read this book, The Lone Survivor, Marcus Luttrell, which is an amazing book, and it's just a story. It's sad, and it's got a lot of emotional things going on in it, but it's one of the worst Navy SEAL tragedies that we had ever. And so the story is really, really good. I have a lot of respect, even more respect now, to reading this for the Navy SEALs. It's unbelievable, and that's just a lot of gratitude for what they do. But what happened, I'm just do this little brief thing about it. So he's out with a total of 4 SEALs, so him and 3 other guys, and the other 3 of his comrades, partners, whatever, they die, and he's basically dying himself. He's stuck, there's enemies all over the place, and he needs to get to safety. And what he talks about, and this is what we need to apply for whatever we're doing, is that he takes a rock and he literally stretches out his arm and draws a line in the dirt. And his goal is to just get past that line, and then he draws another line. Because he had to crawl miles and miles, and so if he always thought about going miles and miles, it would be really disheartening. And so, but if he can just get past one line at a time, then he can do another line. And that's what we got to do when we do this stuff. That's where the discipline is. Just break it up. Be in the moment. Don't worry about the future. Don't look too far ahead. Just make it one day at a time, one meal at a time. I'm just going to get through breakfast eating this way. I'm just going to get through lunch, right? And so I think it's a really powerful example of how we can apply something that he went through in a really tragic moment in his life, but how we can apply it to our life. So anyway, week 2, we got 2 weeks left to go on this 30-day challenge. I'll let you know how it goes, and hopefully it's something that you get a little inspiration from, and something that you can now try and put towards your life, and just make yourself feel better, right? Hopefully just be a little bit a higher achiever and have a little bit more success.